and special guest host, Attorney Jerome Gray. Live TV talk on your digital device, on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. Download the SVP TV app right now. Check us out every Tuesday on Comcast Cable, Channel 17, 8:30 p.m. And we are live every Friday on Facebook Live, 6 o'clock in the evening. You've got a question? Our attorneys have the answer. So let's talk law with Attorney Daryl O'Neill on the SVP TV network.
Welcome to Talking Law with Daryl O'Neill. I'm your host. I got my main man, Jerome.
What's going on, Daryl?
Hey, and then I got my guy.
Oh, Lord.
I'm in trouble. I got Mike Williams coming on.
What's going on?
Hey, we want to talk some politics. You know, it's election time. They got people, not voting. You know, that should be voting.
That's right.
And you got things that are extremely important.
That's right.
They remember that thing we talked about, Mike. I don't know if we talked about it a couple of months ago, where they redistricted.
Oh yeah.
And this is the time that we can actually show them that redistrict wasn't as favorable as you thought it was going to be. So.
So instead of having one black congressman for a black community, we might have more than that.
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
But it's a possibility.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
keep hope alive.
All right. So we're gonna give our shout outs to California.
Sure.
Shout outs to West Memphis, Arkansas. Oh, I forgot Little Rock, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Memphis, Shelby County. Shout out to Mississippi. Shout out to the great state of Missouri. Shout out to my family, my wife, Mike's family and wife, Jerome's family and wife.
Yeah. Better call Adrian's name.
Well, I didn't because I didn't call Mike's wife's name.
Oh,
so
okay.
I just said, Andrea, Adrian,
Gwendolyn.
Mike, man, this is, you always in on politics, man. You knee deep in them, What did these elections numbers, what's going on with this election? What's happening with the numbers, man?
Well, I saw something the other day where I think the Election Commission released some numbers saying that there were about 49,000 Democrats that voted already in early voting.
Okay.
And you had about 19,000 Republicans that have voted already in early voting. So, with those numbers, you're looking at already about 70,000 people that have possibly voted already.
And they're getting about 100?
Probably about a little over 100. It's according on what happens on the 6th. Whether it rains or not.
That's
you
right.
still had today.
That's right.
The numbers that I saw were from a few days ago.
Okay.
So individuals have been still voting, and tomorrow is actually the last day to vote.
Jerome, what happened to grassroots, man? I mean, what happened to that grassroots campaigns that people of color used to do? Is it illegal now?
No, not to my knowledge, Daryl. It's just that politicians have moved to a different phase now. They don't think that they have to get out and door to door like we used to do because of all of the different types of technology that's available. But the people need to see the faces of people who are going to be running this community. That's why we're suffering so bad, because silence don't ever get attended to. It's the squeaky wheel that gets the attention, and that's why our community is suffering.
And a lot of times the squeaky wheel is not necessarily your best your best individual that can actually lead.
No question
Did you
about
see
that.
the op-ed that Harrington wrote?
No,
I did not.
It was actually pretty positive.
Oh, Harrison's
It was actually pretty positive. And it was directed at the politicians in Shelby County.
Okay.
He was saying, it was actually directed at the black politicians in Shelby County, saying, we need to reinstill pride. A lot of the things that are going on, it's what we all been saying, a lot of the things that are going on is going on at the bequest and at the efforts of black politicians in this county. I'm saying we've been in power for the last 30 years.
Oh my God.
We have.
Yeah,
In
and
one
we
way,
ain't,
shape,
we ain't done good with it. I can tell you that.
See, but the problem is, even though with all of these things that are happening behind the scenes now, with all of these supposed indictments that may be coming down.
Yeah, yeah.
It just shows that, a lot of the politicians that we've had in place has actually been selling our community down the river. Then we were just talking about how Shelby County government is requesting another $125 million loan.
$125 million
When we are the heaviest taxed county
Yeah.
in the state of Tennessee.
Yeah.
So why are we hurting? Why?
But here's the thing. So we got two mayor candidates, one Republican, one Democrat. I think it's D. Berry for the Republicans.
Yeah.
And Mikhail Lowry.
Mikhail Lowry.
For the Democrat. Right. I have not heard either one of them talk about how they're gonna get that budget under control.
Well, there's been a lot of stuff. Been a lot of stuff floating around. D. Berry was a Democrat.
I know. Yeah.
And he was a prominent Democrat.
Right.
But some kind of way they kicked him out of the Democratic Party. They say, and I really didn't understand that, because they kicked him out of the Democratic Party because they say he was working across party lines. But when you have a
Ain't it?
That's what I thought. And hold on, not only that, when you have a super majority, and we've had a super majority in
For a
Nashville
minute.
for the longest,
Yeah, for a
you have to
while, boy.
work with individuals across the line if you're trying to get something
Right.
passed or something
Right.
accomplished. So I didn't understand that one, number one. So because they kicked him out, he became real tight with Governor Lee.
And that's what's problematic for him down here.
Yes.
I mean, he became almost an enemy of black folk.
Still a lot of black folks.
So do you have to have Republican ideas in order to be?
Well, but that's just like
You know what I'm saying?
because I was a police officer.
Yeah.
A lot of police officers and Caucasians, for some reason, tend to think that I should have Republican thoughts.
And the Army was that way. You
Yes.
remember that?
But
even though we're not supposed to, we're never,
especially as an officer.
as an
Right,
officer,
that's
we
right.
ain't supposed to be having those conversations.
That's right.
But man, it's almost
That's right.
obvious.
But see,
Of the
what
leaning.
Yeah.
they forget though is, and I have to tell people all the time, hold up, stop.
Yeah.
I have a mind.
Right.
I do like some Republican candidates.
Oh, yeah.
I like some Republican candidates. It does not have to be one way. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you're Republican or you're nothing.
Right.
You're Democrat or you're nothing. And for a while, I leaned toward becoming independent because, I'm conservative
Right.
to a degree.
And I think most black people are
Yeah.
conservative to a degree.
And think about it from this
Yeah.
perspective. And most people don't realize this, but prior to 1960, most blacks were Republicans.
We're Republican. Yeah.
And I mean, if you really think about the ideology, the Christian beliefs, right?
Yeah.
Where you on?
No, I think she's trying to get a call, trying to get a call in at some point.
Those conservative roots
Right.
were, black people really had those. The issue became when they started talking about equal rights and education. And then all of a sudden they realized, look at it, Republicans ain't talking. They don't,
Right.
they don't want to do no equal rights. They don't want to do no education. So
Or equity, and diversity and stuff like that.
Diversity, equity, inclusion.
Inclusion, yeah. I mean, I'm just not understanding why one individual cannot understand why I would want the same things for my family
Exactly.
that you have for your family.
I don't want illegal immigrants in this country. I don't, because it becomes a tax burden on me. However, I ain't trying to kill people to
Right.
get them out of here.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You
And-
have to stop at some point and do what's right.
well, we're full of nonsense. I'm gonna tell you about this illegal immigrant stuff.
I was about to say
We
something
full of
about this.
nonsense.
Yeah, I was about to say
'Cause,
something
okay,
about that.
First, people that look like us were automatically just yanked into this country. So we were immigrants.
Right.
They yanked us in.
That's right.
The Irish came in. The Irish,
They're
the
immigrants.
Spaniards. I mean, a lot of those guys came in. The French,
Yeah.
the British. Well, I won't say British because this was their colony.
Right.
But a lot of those other people came through. Just showed up.
Right.
Hell,
Right.
even the British, they're immigrants.
Right.
This was not their country.
And then, and the facts show that that a person is escaping from dire poverty and danger to their lives and stuff. How can you not want to assist someone
Yeah.
to escape from that kind of behavior. But I mean, and that's why the Republicans stand out so like a stench or something on them because of that, in my mind.
I know I put a post up today that I support Anthony Buckner. Now, I told people, I said, in my post, I said, he didn't ask me. He doesn't even know I'm doing this post, which is the truth. He did not. But I put up, I support Anthony Buckner. Man, I got a whole, ooh, Lord, I can't wait. I'm going to respond. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to respond. But I got so many people coming on my page. It's like, I can't believe, Michael, I can't believe it. You know, I can't believe you're supporting Anthony Buckner. And I'm sitting here going, nigga, please. Just hold on. I ain't running for nothing. I'm in Uncle Mike mode right now, and I'm finna get you. I'm finna get you. But I just want to explain to them, you know, because it's like, and then one guy said, well, you don't support law enforcement.
Come on,
I
dog.
said,
Come on, dog.
I'm Mr. Law Enforcement.
What he said?
Hold on. I had a dude walk.
Two levels, man.
I had a dude walk up to me today.
Yeah.
I'm working the line at the Shelby County Clerk's office. A guy walked up to me. He said, "You that dude?" I looked at him. I said, "Yeah, I am that dude." What? He said, "You don't remember me, do you?" I said, "No, I don't remember you." He said, "You locked me up for murder in Orange Mound."
Duh. Okay, where we going with this?
What are you doing out on the street now?
I'm sitting here.
Right.
Now I'm in, you know. Okay, so what?
Right.
You know what?
What's
your point?
And dude looked at me and he said, "Yeah, y'all messed up my paperwork. I did 19 years, 6 months, 17 days, you know, because of you. So now I said, so what's up?" Yeah. So what's up?
Right.
You know what I mean? Man, I just wanted to let you know I've been seeing you on TV and da la 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 la. I said, man, you know what? It's all good. I said, you good? He said, yeah, I'm good. He said, I ain't the same person no more. He killed a kid.
Oh.
Shot a kid up there at that park right by Melrose High School.
My
He was shooting
goodness.
at some other people because they had robbed him, and he accidentally shot a child.
Okay.
And when you shoot a child, the hunt was on.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, in the law, that's called transfer intent.
Transfer
Man.
intent. He intended to shoot
somebody. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's,
and I'm sitting here
that's
going,
an
and
ideal.
that's reckless as
That's,
hell.
And
that's
you
exactly
phone
right.
and said, I'm not law enforcement,
Yeah,
and I
that's-
still got stuff following me.
Right.
Man, look, y'all better go on somewhere.
Well, I mean, man, that's the the hypocrisy
Oh, yeah.
of what we deal with.
It's a
on
bunch
all
of bull crap. I'm being nice on your show, Daryl. It's a bunch because I'm feeling it today.
Right.
It's man. Look, I have repressed a whole lot of my feelings because of things that have been going on. But this is just getting out of hand. You know what I'm saying? It's just getting out of hand. How people feel emboldened.
Oh, yeah.
And I even had the Buckner's opponent get on there. Michael, I'm disappointed in you.
Did you not realize that you ran on the Democratic ticket? I mean, what did you expect?
Man, look.
I'm gonna be on the Democratic ticket, but I'm going
But
to endorse the Republicans.
I got a video coming that won't be nice like this.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
Just hold
yeah.
on.
And again, look, your ideology is irrelevant.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a Democrat or Republican, I think that's irrelevant.
Exactly.
I think it's ideology.
Right.
I mean, if you feel a certain way, and I don't care who the candidate is, he could be a green candidate. If that person is in line with you,
That's right. That's
vote
right.
for that
I
person.
like that. I like that.
You know, I
Darryl.
mean, again, I don't actually have a party. I mean, I don't
You
do
don't
primaries.
claim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do primaries.
Yeah.
So I don't have a party.
Right.
I'm as closest to, like you said, Mike, I'm as closest to an independent as
Yeah.
one exists.
Yeah.
Because I don't like both of them for that nonsense.
And I'm just getting frustrated.
Yeah,
I'm getting
yeah.
very frustrated with both parties.
Right.
Right.
You know, I don't think the Democratic Party. You know, I am a Democrat.
I am a Democrat.
and I voted the Democratic ticket.
I voted the
did.
Democrat ticket.
Okay.
Now, with that even being said, I do hear some ideas coming from the independents. Like now, I like this guy.
I voted for an independent.
I liked it. I like some independents,
voted
and I
for
think
it.
that's okay. I think that's okay. We have never been a monolithic person where we just vote one. We always have been able to cross the line, vote for other people. Thus, we wouldn't have got Haslam. We never would have got him.
Haslam?
Haslam as being the governor.
Oh no,
We-
man, Haslam wasn't.
I think Sundquist was the last.
So, I mean, Sundquist.
Bredesen, Sundquist.
Sundquist's wife lives here in Memphis, right? And so
She was raised in Memphis.
yeah, she was raised in Memphis. So
She was from Memphis.
there are some Republicans, but very rare,
Well,
that you can identify with some of the things
So,
that they
and most people don't,
advocate.
can't remember this, and it's not been that long ago. Bredesen did 2 terms as governor.
Right.
And he was the last Democrat. 2 terms as governor, which means that the majority of the state of Tennessee voted for
Voted for
to
him.
be
That's right.
governor,
That's right.
Twice.
That's right.
And he ran for Senate and couldn't win.
And bombed. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, how the hell does that happen?
And then we messed around and didn't vote Al Gore for president. Tennessee is the reason why he didn't become president of the United States.
I don't know if Tennessee don't know.
That was he lost Tennessee. If he hadn't lost Tennessee,
lost
he
his
would have
own
won.
state, but I don't
He
think
would have
Tennessee
won.
was so
No, I
rich.
don't think so.
I don't think
You don't
that
think
was
so?
rich.
No, no. Hey, look, he wasn't going to win Tennessee. Dude,
He could have if he had just come back. He never came back, and he didn't politic here in Tennessee. So he lost it. I'm thinking that he lost. That was the only reason why he didn't become president, because he lost Tennessee.
Because people
let's do the
people didn't
research
know
and find
until after
out.
the election or until it was almost over that he wasn't going to.
He wasn't going to win Tennessee.
You know, it was almost expected that he would win his home state.
Yeah.
But you know, when you dealing with Democrat, Republican, Tennessee is majority Republican.
Republican. That's right.
It's
That's
rigged.
right.
As a whole.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's
You know,
rigged.
you got this blue dot over here.
And look, and something, there was a report came out just recently that just about all of the Republican states are in the worst condition of any other states in the country. Did you read that?
No, I did not
They're,
read that.
they're the poorest. They got the most unemployment. They got the most health care issues.
Them are like Tennessee, Mississippi,
All of them. Every last one of them.
Virginia.
Every last one of them are in the bottom ram of productivity.
What?
Every last
So,
one
I
of
don't
them.
understand.
Because they got low wages.
Yeah.
They got no health care. It's ridiculous.
The number came out. Came out. It was 26 Democrat governors.
Mm-hmm,
You know, and obviously that means 24 Republican
Right.
governors. And so it seems to me that the country is really 50-50. I mean, because you got 26 and 24.
Right,
I mean,
right.
that's a 50-50 split.
Right.
You know, you just over the edge.
Right.
Right.
And if they just won those 26 states, right? Just those 26 states, if they also carry their, their Democratic carried their Senate,
I see where you're going.
they carry their
Yeah, I see where you're
Senate,
going.
and
Yeah.
they carried their Congress,
Right.
then it would be 52 senators. And it's been that way before, where there was 52
Right.
Democrats and 48 Republicans.
Right.
I mean, I think right now it's
It's kind of close now.
yeah, right now it's 52 Republicans, I think.
Well, because Lindsey is dead now,
Oh, well, you know that.
and McConnell is out of commission. I think it's like 51 Republicans now, rather than it was 53 to 47.
You have a couple of them that are not coming back.
And-
That are actually turning code over.
Right. And that's why you can't get this last bill passed. Can't get this
American
attorney.
Act or whatever.
You can't get the attorney,
Safe Act,
and he can't get his attorney general confirmed either.
Yeah.
That guy's a trip, man.
Well, but that kind of gives you an insight to how this midterms are going to go.
Hopefully.
I can see a lot of Republicans are frustrated.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
finally.
People are just frustrated, period. When
Finally.
you talk about, you're paying $5, $6, $7, $8 a gallon for gas. When you talk about the president has become a billionaire, he has become a billionaire.
In office.
In office.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you talk about all, a lot of individuals want to say that, a lot of this is just happenstance.
No.
But a lot of things that are occurring are not happenstance.
No.
When you start breaking down and taking away the diversity, equity, and inclusion.
That's right.
When you start trying to influence the Supreme Court.
That's right.
When you try to, make threats against other countries. You know
Oh,
what
my
I'm saying? You're
God.
getting us into all of these things that it's going to take whomever get in there. It's going to take them a while to reverse all of this because a lot of countries that have been our allies for years,
They pissed with
and
it.
they're
Well,
not going to trust us.
If you notice, it seems like every time a Republican does get in office, when a Democrat does come in, the first 4 years are spent trying to clean up the mess that was left behind. So I don't understand why we're not getting the real messages too about all the Americans who have been killed in this war.
Oh wow, wow, wow.
When that comes out, that's going to be the biggest scandal of all.
Well, I mean, and you know, I mean, you want to talk about losing touch, right?
Yeah.
So the economy is way worse than it was when
Oh,
the
without
president
a doubt.
took over office. Okay, but here's what he says: the stock market is up.
That doesn't benefit me.
I mean, well, it does benefit
Well,
me.
well, you know, the stock.
me in my 401k.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I can't eat that stock market.
Well, you know, the stock market loves war. They love war
Yeah.
because war generates profits.
Yeah, it does,
You know,
it does.
and it's a shame, but that's kind of how we're headed to. Is the profiteers don't care nothing about humanitarian type things, and that's where America has lost its way. Our soul.
No, no. Yeah, I mean, again, I mean, we're on so, and you know, Mike, there was a time when we first got into the military. You know, I got in at the, you know, Reagan time frame, somewhere around the Reagan time frame. He had 2 terms, if I'm not mistaken. So during that time, the military was so big.
Yeah.
And I remember, I joke with people all the time. I remember that if you saw somebody cutting the grass, it was a soldier. If you saw somebody, you know, cleaning the streets or doing it, it was a soldier.
Yeah.
There was a job, every job that you have right here, the soldiers had. And then all of a sudden, I can't remember, I think it was Daddy Bush, they decided to downsize the military. And they cut it from like 800, almost 900,000 to 450,000. And then I think it's now at about 400 now.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah, the military is, man, it's, you know, yeah, I mean, the numbers have substantially decreased.
Well, I thought they're supposed to bring the draft back. When is that supposed to come back?
They've been talking about that also.
Yeah, I thought it had already been
Well, it's
determined
just
that the
like
draft
with
is
the
coming
police
back.
department.
Yeah.
Draw down, draw down, draw down.
Yeah.
Now you have a society of young people that don't want to be in the military.
Right.
They,
Right.
you know, we saw it as a end to a mean to
get
the
off-
end.
Right, exactly. Get off the streets. Right. That's exactly
I can
right.
get paid, I
That's
can
right.
see the world,
That's right.
And I can get an education.
That's exactly right.
3 hots
That-
in the cot.
You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And-
Now
and-
it's kind of like, no.
And the thing about it too is that the federal government was probably one of the best friends of people of color because they integrated early on, and you could always get a fair shake being in the military. But that's even been taken away because, you know, like I told
was kind of prejudice when I went in.
I told, but you still could get promoted, and you still could get a kind of what MOS that you wanted.
But
But
recruiters, look, for instance, my GT score, I could do anything in the Army, but that's not what he gave me. I didn't find out until later. You know what I'm saying? When I went in, you could be infantry, you could be artillery, you know, you could be an MP, you could be a cook. I took MP, you know what I mean? But later on, as I went to my first duty station, I found out that these young kids were getting promoted in 3 years to sergeant and blah. And I said, whoa, what is that? It was intel, right? I said, hey, I want to do that.
I want that one.
I want to do that.
right,
So
right.
I went to the, when it came time to re-enlist, they were like, oh, snap. You could go fly helicopters, you could do this, you could do that. I said, he didn't tell me that when I came in. Because, and to make a long story short, they were actually directing
Oh, sure,
African
sure,
Americans.
sure.
Regardless of what your intelligence
Sure,
was or
sure,
what have you. You know what I'm
sure.
saying? But I had a dude actually call me a nigga. He regretted it.
Well, you know,
He called me a nigga, basically.
so I know when I got commissioned, there was probably So in my commissioning class, there was probably maybe 7 blacks, maybe 8.
Out of how many?
That class had 37.
Okay.
You know, it was OCS, an OCS class.
OCS.
That's not bad, was it? That wasn't bad, was it?
It started off with about 60 people.
Okay.
You know, we started 60, 65.
Yeah.
Dropping them.
Man, and you know, you get dropped and dropped and dropped.
Right.
And the vast majority of the people that were getting dropped out, unfortunately,
We're black.
were black people.
Of course,
you
of
know.
course.
And
of
it,
course.
look, OCS is a beast, man.
Yeah.
So there's a number of reasons why. I mean, it ain't, you know, you can finish the program, and then they'll just say, you ain't really awesome material. I mean, what the hell does that mean? You know, while I'm doing all the
Right.
damn push-ups
Right.
running through these walls.
It's
Right.
my opinion.
Right. Right.
You're not awesome material.
My
Right.
opinion.
But, you know, the one thing that I noticed when I became an officer then is that most of the soldiers were black. Most of the lower...
The infantry folks, huh?
No, I was artillery.
Okay.
So most of the lower ranking soldiers were black.
Yeah.
And everybody that was, you know, so I had section chiefs and, you know, when I was a platoon leader, I had section chiefs and
Platoon sergeants.
platoon sergeants, but the platoon sergeant was white.
First
You know,
sergeant.
The first sergeant was white. You know,
Sergeant major.
sergeant major was white. You know, so and again, I don't necessarily know that that's a racist scenario. It's just that the opportunities don't seem to exist
Yeah.
when your numbers are high.
Mhm.
I mean, you can't have. I used to say it's like a Tarzan movie.
Mhm.
You know, you got 5,000 black people
Right.
and one white person in charge of it.
Right. Right. Right.
know.
Right. Right. Right.
But the problem is, and that's the same problem we got in this politics.
Well, that was MLGNW too for years until the consent decrees and stuff come down because that's how we get diversity, equity, and inclusion. Somebody has to look out in the audience and say, "Hey, is something wrong with this picture? We don't want Tarzan movies.
Yeah, yeah.
We want to elevate people to their highest ability, you know, and so. But I always thought that the federal government was good about that. That's why, like 400,000 black women, they say, have been moved out of the workforce because of Trump and your boy there, what's Musk, Elon, them, when they came in and started stripping the place out. And that's why so many black people work in federal government, because it was easy to get in and to get advanced there.
Well, yeah, because I mean, one thing I did learn about that, because I mean, I sued the federal government all the time.
Yeah.
They're systematic.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I mean, you know, if you got your, you know, was it KSAs, you know, knowledge, skills, and abilities, you write it up pretty
And then on the job
you know.
training was real good too. Yeah. So.
You write it up decently, you got promoted.
You know, because those people over there in bankruptcy court make really, really good money, man. I didn't realize how much money those people
Who, the
make.
attorneys?
The people who work in the offices, in the clerk's office, they make decent money over
Yeah,
there.
because they were 5 of them. I mean, where it used to be 1,000 of them.
But-
I mean, now it's only about 5 people that work the entire system.
They may make.
Yeah, they made it all computerized.
Okay.
You know, so they did that to, and everybody loves the technology.
Yeah.
But I always get, like when I even go to the grocery store, I mean, 90% of the time I'll go through the person with the line.
Go
with
to
the
a
person.
line.
Cause I'm like, yo, I'm trying to keep you a job.
I like that.
McDonald's.
I like
or
that.
Whatever.
I
and
like
they always
that.
got the kiosk
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
and or they say, "You gonna use it?" No,
Yeah.
I wanna.
I like
go to
that
the
too.
counter.
And
You know?
even when I was buying my newspapers, I always try to buy my newspaper from people on sell them on the corner too, because there's somebody is trying to make a living doing that. So, or at least adding to their.
Mike, let's end with, what is it gonna take to get people motivated to vote?
Actually, it's probably going to get worse. I'm finding that this young generation, they don't believe that their vote actually carries any weight.
That's
You know,
true.
we were raised civic-minded.
Yes.
A lot of these young people, like my kids, I try to instill in them.
Yeah.
But you have, you know, just like the majority of households, you know, it used to be a time we would all go vote together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was like
yeah.
a rite of passage.
Right,
But
right.
that's not the case
Right.
anymore, you know, and nobody, you know, is actually taking it upon themselves. Just like when we were first in the Army, when I was at first in the Army, I used to vote by absentee ballot. Because I thought it was that important.
Right.
It had been instilled in me.
Exactly,
But
exactly.
now it's kind of like, you know, Why am I voting?
And it's real rough in Tennessee because it's hard to affect the big change, you know.
Why am I
True,
voting? You know
true.
what I mean?
What we got to do, Jerome?
So, I don't know, Darryl. I think Mike hit it on the head. Is that it has to be like a family unit in order for us to get people excited about voting, because they need to see some change. They need to see people still like the models. Like Mike is a model. You're a model.
Mm-hmm.
I am a model. So we have to keep emphasizing it over and over again. And sometimes it sticks.
Right. Yeah, look, and then we're going to end with this. Look, and Jerome and Mike hit it on the head, but I think kind of what they're saying is we need us people that look a certain way or do certain things need to be more visible.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, go to the schools.
Absolutely.
Make those kids get hungry
Absolutely.
so that when they, man, I want to grow up
Absolutely.
I want to be Mike Williams when I grow up.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
I mean, we just got to put it out there.
And Darryl, I want to say this. Somebody told me the other day, said they had never seen a black lawyer before. And that's what we need to do, is be out there in the community so they can see people like a Mike Williams, like a Darryl O'Neill, like a Jerome Payne.
Yeah.
Well, see, back in
It
the
makes
day,
it possible.
They still lived in our community.
Yeah,
We talk
true,
about that all
true.
the time.
So you aspire to be.
True.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Whereas now a lot of us that consider ourselves to have made it, we've removed ourselves.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
True.
So
All right, y'all. Thank you for watching the show. We'll see you back next. Hey, really I appreciate Mike being here.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Without a doubt.
You as well.
Without a doubt.
All right, y'all. Thank you for watching the show. We'll see you next week.
Don't forget to tell them that the election day is,
August 6th.
August 6th.
So you still got early voting until
Be there or be
tomorrow.
square.
tomorrow's the last day.
Yes.
Of early voting,
Yeah.
Yes.
And then actual election day is August the 6th.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.